Welcome to Portugal, where the hard work starts now, and after the flight over yesterday, the players are doing 2 light training sessions today. I know what you'll be doing at home. You'll be looking to see who's in the group behind me. Dael out there with the Blues badge on, and big Jhon back in blue. Things you love to see. It might be too hot, it might be. I can't deal with this pasty complexion. Let's get back inside and let the players do the work. Chris, how are you? Back together again in Portugal. We've got to stop doing this.
Yeah, it seems like, not long ago actually we were in the Pine Cliffs together, which was very nice, but a lot's happened since then. So good to be back.
How's it been? Because start of May, finished football. Big gap for you. How's that been? Did you get away? Some family time?
I did, yeah. We had holiday, family holiday, and, time with the family, which is very, very important. And just to recharge. I think it's a long season, so you need that time. So it was excellent. Obviously, football management never sleeps, so there's always something every day or every week to deal with during the summer as well. So we've been taking care of that, making sure we're ready for pre-season. But I think it's fair to say everyone's had a recharge.
The excitement for you, obviously you've been in football for so long, but I know you were back the other week, but when you're here, it's like the excitement for you getting back on that football pitch and just getting back to doing what you love. Yeah,
definitely. I think it's what I know best. Driving the players, coaching them, managing them. That's what I do. It doesn't take long to get back into it. I think the good thing is that they know me, they know what I want. So the first day of pre-season, I typically do a bit of an introductory meeting, which is right, these are the standards, these is what we want, and that hasn't changed since the day I walked in. But the good thing is a lot of them know that already, and it's just reminding them of that. So, we've had a very good first week's training actually, to then bring us out here.
Love that. So let's get into the recruitment so far. Dael, I think it's obvious to see his quality, the clubs that wanted him. He's here. But from a fan perspective, I feel like the quality on the pitch talks for itself, but what he adds is like leadership. Was that a real key for you as well? Yeah,
I mean, when it came up that he was potentially available, I was keen to talk to him and explore that one, because he scored against us, which I told him I haven't forgiven him for. But he played the first game until he actually had to come off. He obviously played the second game, but he was very good last season. He has been for several years in the Championship. He's got a great reputation in the game as a character, the leader, obviously. And when I met him, you could tell what type of character he was and that he'd fit in. And that's really important to me this season in particular, that we bring in the right people. I was really big on that, particularly in the very first transfer window when I came. And I think that's crucial. So, I mean, he's big. He's bigger than Clara, so that's saying something. Wow. And but no, he's a big, strong, dominant centre back. So, and I think that's what I wanted, to add someone in there. And he's gonna obviously have to earn his place like all the players do. But really pleased that he's here.
Strong and dominant. We can't look further than Big Jhon. A loan to a permanent. When did you know it was going to be a transfer, even from just like being on the side of the pitch? Because I remember when he came on at Sheffield Wednesday and he just came on, won a few tackles, put himself about. Yeah, when did you sort of know yourself?
Well, he did. The Sheffield, he did well when he came on. You think, okay, this is a good start. I bet it was the Oxford game that he really got going. The fans were singing his name. It was a game where I wanted to test him in an away game where it was going to be quite physical, quite untidy as a game, and he went in there and really he took us up a level physically, which I think we needed. And then from then on, he went on, and he's young. There's still things he needs to improve. I've told him that, and I work with him on that. But I think he's got a high ceiling as a player, and I think he can really keep growing and improving. And I like, for the club, it's a really good signing, a young talent. We can't forget he's still young, but the size, strength of him, and he can play. Got great attitude. He's everything I love in a player. So I was pushing for that. I knew there was a potential deal there with a fee, and I was pushing for that soon after he came in, to be honest. And thankfully we managed to do a hit, and he wanted to come back.
Love that. Obviously, the fans are always asking about recruitment. In terms of this window, is there sort of a change in focus in terms of when we speak about that experience, especially like that championship experience and leadership? Is that a real focus in terms of like positioning?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a little bit of a frustration in the sense that you always want to get players in as quickly as possible. Obviously, the World Cup, I think, can just delay things a little bit with, you know, the knock-on effect of that. But yeah, we want to improve our squad. I think that's fair to say. Every transfer window, you need to come out of it stronger than when you went in, and we've still got work to do to make that happen. You know, and a lot of work's going on behind the scenes. You know, and I'm pretty clear on what we need to do. What we need. Definitely want to improve the speed, strength, size and power of the team. I think that's going to be important for us to be a more effective team. And yeah, championship experience is really, really important. But if they're the right player like Solis or Vicente's done well since he's come in as an example, then they don't necessarily need that, but we need to make sure they're the right player. And I'm pushing hard as I normally do to try and make sure that we bring in quality players to take us forward.
I think you can tell, Chris, by looking at me, numbers aren't my strongest point, but I believe you're the 4th longest standing manager now in the Championship. We're going into the 3rd season together. You've got a lot of accolades already, but just from a personal standpoint, to lead this side on this project going into the 3rd season, how much does that mean to you personally?
Well, it means a huge amount. I've been proud and honoured to manage Birmingham City since the day I walked through the door. As I say, my first job in management, it seems like a long time ago now, 110 games later and everything else that's come along with it. But I've been given incredible backing by the supporters, and the journey we've been on has been amazing. And my plan is to take us on from here and keep progressing, but it's been an amazing journey, I must say, and obviously have a little bit of time in the summer to look back at it all, and those 2 years have been very special, and I think from my point of view we've just got to keep trying to progress. That's it, and that's what I want to do here each season, just keep trying to push us forward and everything. But I said last season, as a manager you talk in months rather than years these days. You don't say I've been somewhere 3 years, you say I've been somewhere 3 months, because that's that type of industry, you know, and I had a feeling I was up there in the Championship for that, but yeah, top 4, not bad.
Well, so you got to check my numbers. I'm not. I think
you're right. No, I think you're right. Thinking about it, there wouldn't be many.
Well, speaking of numbers, which I probably shouldn't, but I remember good friend Tommy Mooney. He's not here with me. Raise your glass for him. He's not dead. But with the 100 games, you're in the coffee shop. But for you last season, the Championship was so relentless. I remember the story coming out of, it was that Christmas period, going into the Coventry game, all the players and staff go into that coffee shop. Was that like a real sort of reset moment for you, just because of that relentless nature of the Championship? It
was, yeah, it was. It was the only thing I could think of that would get us a result against Coventry, to be honest. It was, it would have been, you know, everyone that knows, every Blues fan that saw the season, we had good runs and then difficult runs, and most do, but it was, after that Watford game, we were then playing Coventry, no one gave us a chance, so I thought, we'll go and buy more coffees and cakes than that shop has ever sold in a day. So we took everyone up there. It wasn't just the players, it was every staff member. It was packed, and we walked up there, and it brought us together, because we came together when we needed it against Coventry and got a great win.
In terms of this season, I just wanted to speak about Scott Fry, set piece coach. How important is he to bring in, and how special is he as well?
Well, I've been trying to get Scott here for a year. Met him last summer. Ended up leaving Lincoln and going to Rangers. Had a fantastic record at Lincoln, and they were very effective from set pieces. I think it's an area with set piece coaches, people say you need a set piece coach, and I've been at clubs and had them and haven't had them and all that, and it's like anything, it's getting the right set piece coach. It's not just getting a set piece coach. So I think with Scott, I really like, firstly, again, the personality side. He's enthusiastic, he's engaging. Set pieces are, you know, as I say to the players, you don't go to the park when you're 10 years old and play wide free kicks and throw-ins. It's not a part of the game that you love, but it's part of the game that if you're a professional footballer, you need to be good at, because 30% of goals are scored from set piece situations. So he's going to come in, add a freshness and an energy to that department, both attacking and defending. I think our record defensively stands up. But scoring goals was the big thing last season, and that's set pieces and in open play. We need to be, and in counter attacks, we need to be better at all these three things to score more goals. I'm really pleased he's come in actually, and he's obviously knows the area well and everything. So I think it should be a seamless transition for him joining us.
Two of the guys that aren't here, Paik, let's start with him, because even as a fan, it felt like immense pride watching him play at the World Cup. For you, I know you two have got a great relationship. He spoke about it and how important you were for him to stay here. How special was that for you to see him play?
Yeah, no, it was very special. Paik is and will always be one of those players I'm extremely fond of. As a manager, fans and people won't see the behind the scenes stuff and the day-to-day work, their commitment, their kind of attitude. And we've got a few, but he's pretty much 10 out of 10 every single day, and that's been for 2 years straight. He's so disciplined, so focused, so professional. He's a real team player, and I know how good he is. I always said to him, how good he is, and reminded him how good he is. And it doesn't surprise me at all. I've worked with world-class football players and international players, and Paik's a top player. He can play in a World Cup for a team like that and show his qualities. It's a shame they narrowly lost the two games. I mean, it's better for us to get him back quicker, but it's a shame because they were fine margins in those games that they couldn't quite get the results. But I'm really pleased for him to say he's played for his country in a World Cup is something that he can forever cherish. And I've given him a few extra weeks off as he needs. Yeah. And then he'll be rejoining us in 2 weeks today. Nice. So we'll look forward to seeing him when he gets back.
Ethan?
So Ethan's good. I mean, he's just had a little bit of a niggle that hasn't quite been able to get training yet. He had a good summer, prepared himself, and then towards the end, he's just kind of had a slight issue, and we've got it checked out, and he just needs hopefully a matter of, from this point on, a matter of days before he rejoins training again. But it's frustrating for him because I think he worked hard in the summer to get himself ready to come back, but he's unfortunately had a bit of a setback. But hopefully it's not long.
We speak about the relentless nature of what we've already had. The fixture list is out. The start on paper maybe looks tough to some people, but even for me, from a fan perspective, I feel like it's a great opportunity to sort of show what we're about. Is that the same for you? Yeah,
I think the thing about the fixture list is that it's true. We all say, well, it is on paper a challenging start, but you have to play them all home and away. So that's how it is. You're going to have to go to these places and play these games. So I think the other way to look at it is it's a really good test for us early on. Gives us, some good games to look forward to. Obviously, we've got the League Cup before the league starts, and we'll be ready when it comes around. The job at the moment is very much getting the players fit and raring to go and ready and organised, and obviously keep pushing to try and bring more quality into the squad to push us on.
We speak about growing as a club. I think no more sort of picture that is Barcelona coming to town, Birmingham on a Friday night. It's going to happen a lot more in the future, I'm sure. But the friendly, how much does that mean to you to walk out with Blues and see them in town?
Yeah, it will be amazing to have them there. Iconic club, team, everything that comes with it. So it's going to be it's a friendly, but it's going to be a special day for the club, definitely. To have them, and we're gonna have to be fit. We might not be dominating possession in that game, but it should be a great occasion. I know there's loads of tickets sold. These things don't surprise me. People come and say, "Oh, they've sold this many tickets," and kind of what do you think about that? And I'm never surprised because I know what the Blues fans are like. They'll be there, and it'll be full, and it'll be a fantastic atmosphere. So we look forward to that when it comes around.
Just finally, because we've got to get back to the training ground, how much are you looking forward to this season, and is there anything in particular you're looking forward to?
Yeah, no, I'm very much looking forward to this season. I think, from my point of view, a lot of these players, since I've been at the club, we've had, I think, 80 transactions, someone quoted to me, so 40 players in and 40 players out or something like that. So there's been a lot, but I think a lot of these players have a little bit longer now in the Championship and a bit more experience and continuity. So hopefully that bodes well.
Was that key? Sorry, just like with Vicente coming in, I think he got up to speed quickly, didn't he? But like having that 6 months in the Championship just to strengthen him as well.
It is, because there's two parts to it. There's one, him getting up to speed, and there's one, me getting up to speed on him as such, because you don't know them personally that well, and when you sign them, of course, and then you're getting to know their habits, their strengths and weaknesses in more detail. So that 6 months should prove important for those players. But yeah, I always think the first home game is special. You know, I think I remember the Ipswich game from last season. I'm looking forward to that as always. You can't beat St Andrews when it's like that. So yeah, looking forward to it as always. And like I say to the players, we'll go for it. We've got to have a good pre-season. I always say to them, first thing, if you want to have a good season, is to have a very good pre-season, and then you take it step by step. So that's what we're going for now.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time, Gaffer.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Chris.
Cheers.
Day 2 here in Portugal, done 2 sessions done today. The one we just witnessed, lots of goals, tackles and lots of hard work being done. I've had a great day, not a great tan. We'll see you tomorrow. Keep right on.